My name is Nikki Singh, and I'm the Senior Manager of Policy and Advocacy at the Sikh Coalition. Like Don said, we're founded in New York to combat the surge of discrimination against the Sikh American community immediately after 9/11. The Sikh Coalition is the nation's largest Sikh civil rights advocacy and legal organization. Through the community, courtrooms, classrooms, and halls of Congress, we work to protect the constitutional right to practice your faith without fear. We strive to do this with integrity, selflessness, and the belief that our shared work holds a greater purpose. I was 9 years old the first time I heard someone tell my grandfather, "Go back to your country." He has a turban and a beard, clearly recognizable Sikh articles of faith. I do this work because our mothers and fathers have the right to go to work and return home unharmed. Our grandparents have the right to go for a walk in their neighborhood without fear of harassment or assault. And our children have the right to go to school and to learn and to thrive, all without fear of bullying. Today, my heart is with not just the victims' families in California and Atlanta, but also with the family and friends of Michelle Go, Christina Yuna Lee, and the Asian American community as a whole. The Sikh community knows firsthand the pain and trauma that comes with being repeatedly targeted by hate-based violence, and we share similar experiences. Anti-immigrant sentiments that started more than a century ago, 20-plus years of post-9/11 hate and discrimination, and now a surge of xenophobic hate since the start of the COVID-19 pandemic. 1 week after the shootings in Atlanta, on March 22nd, a mass shooter killed 10 people in my hometown of Boulder, Colorado. And a month later, on April 15th, a tragedy unfolded in Indianapolis when a man shot and killed 8 individuals at a densely Punjabi-employed FedEx ground facility. Half the victims in that mass shooting were members of the Sikh faith. From California to Boulder to Atlanta to Indianapolis, our thoughts are with each and every one of these families whose lives have been forever altered by this violence. In the first 2.5 months of 2023, there have already been over 100 mass shootings in our country. As we reflect tonight on the violence our communities continue to endure, we share a collective responsibility to hold lawmakers accountable for curbing this uniquely American problem of gun violence. Those who we have lost are always with us, and we continue to do this work in their honor. We have a responsibility to further combat bias, bigotry, and backlash in our nation. On Monday, the FBI updated their previous 2021 hate crime statistics and shared that anti-Asian hate had increased by 167%. Like Sikhs, the broader AAPI community remains uniquely vulnerable to hate violence. However, our communities are not just victims to this violence. We are fighters who continue to inspire with fortitude, courage, and resilience. And we refuse to allow the xenophobic rhetoric, policies, and perspectives that enable systemic racism in this country to go unchecked. At the Sikh Coalition, nationally, we continue to take a comprehensive approach at addressing hate. In New York City, we're working to hold law enforcement accountable and accurate investigating, tracking, and reporting of hate crimes. On the policy side, we fight for inclusive legislation combating hate, employment discrimination, and bullying. We must also work together to find sensible solutions to the threat of gun violence. In education, we've been working with a coalition of AAPI organizations to ensure that our stories and experiences are taught in New York public schools. Our communities need both legislative action and social change to safeguard our liberties and lives. There are many of us here tonight that are organizing and building key community power, from New York City to Albany, and it's a privilege to be doing this work together. From new legislative opportunities to working towards creating safer and more inclusive classrooms, to fighting for more representation in our school boards, city councils, and government agencies, brick by brick, we will build a better future together. Our communities are an essential part of the American fabric and make rich contributions to the social, cultural, and economic vibrancy of the United States. In the Sikh faith, we believe in Sarbat Bala, well-being for all. So we will continue to come together to grieve, to provide support and solidarity, but also to fight for safety, equity, and justice, and to celebrate all of our wins. Together, I know we can sustain our commitment to action so that future generations have the freedom to live fearlessly. Thank you.